Ah, there you are. Welcome to the Black Quill. Come in, make yourself comfortable. Perhaps a cup of tea, a strong coffee, or even a glass of wine is in order. Go ahead, I'll wait. Once you're settled, draw your blanket a little tighter and dim the lights, because tonight we delve into the shadows where nightmares are born and whispered stories come alive. Are you ready? Good. Let us begin. Tonight's story, The Horror from the Woods. Stephen King, H.P. Lovecraft. These names alone conjure images of unspeakable horrors lurking in the shadows, waiting to prey on unsuspecting victims. But let me tell you, what I experienced that night in the woods makes their stories seem like bedtime stories. It was a moonless night, the kind where darkness seems to have a weight, pressing down on you from all sides. I was driving home, my headlights cutting a feeble path through the inky blackness. The trees loomed on either side of the road, their branches reaching out like gnarled fingers, ready to snatch unwary travelers. Suddenly, my car sputtered and died, the headlights flickering out like candles in a gust of wind. I was plunged into a darkness so complete, it felt like I'd been swallowed whole by some ancient, hungry beast. The silence that followed was deafening, broken only by the soft ticking of the cooling engine and my own ragged breathing. I fumbled for my flashlight, its beam pathetically weak against the oppressive gloom. As I popped the hood, the chill air slithered down my spine like a cold, wet tongue. The forest seemed to lean in, watching, waiting. I could feel eyes on me, countless unseen watchers hidden in the shadows. That's when I heard it, a voice, soft and sweet, drifting from the depths of the woods. "Hello, is someone there? I need help." It was a woman's voice, fragile and frightened, but there was something off about it, like honey laced with poison. I turned, my flashlight beam cutting through the darkness, and there she was, emerging from between the trees like a ghost. Her dress was pale, almost luminescent in a weak light. Her face was beautiful, too beautiful, like a porcelain doll come to life, and her eyes, they reflected the light like a cat's, two pinpricks of cold fire in the night. "Are you okay?" I called out, my voice trembling. She nodded, a slow, unnatural movement that made my skin crawl. "I'm lost," she said, her voice an echo that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. "Can you help me?" Every instinct screamed at me to run, to get back in the car and lock the doors. But I found myself moving closer, drawn by some unseen force. We talked, her words a hypnotic rhythm that dulled my senses. But as she turned, gesturing towards the woods, I saw it. Where her back should have been, there was nothing human. Instead, a writhing mass of vines and roots twisted out from her spine, pulsing with a rhythmic life of their own. They stretched back into the forest, disappearing into the darkness. In that moment, I realized the horrifying truth. She wasn't lost, she was bait. Terror gripped me, ice cold, paralyzing. But somehow, I managed to move. I ran, faster than I've ever run in my life. Behind me, her voice changed, warping into a cacophony of sounds that no human throat could produce. It was joined by others. Men, women, children, all calling my name, a name I had never given her. The forest came alive around me. Branches whipped at my face. Roots rose up to trip me. The air filled with the sounds of pursuit, wet, slapping footsteps, the cracking of bones, and a chittering noise like millions of insects. I could feel it gaining on me, its cold breath on the back of my neck, reeking of decay and ancient hunger. Just when I thought my lungs would burst, I saw them, headlights piercing through the darkness. A car, salvation. I stumbled towards it, waving my arms frantically. "Help, please, help me." The driver's window rolled down, revealing a confused face. "What's going on?" "Just drive," I screamed, throwing myself into the passenger seat. The driver hesitated for a split second, but something in my wild-eyed terror convinced him. The car peeled away, tires screeching on the asphalt. I never went back for my car. I couldn't. The tow truck driver I sent returned shaken, swearing there was no car, no sign anyone had ever been there. The second driver, well, he never came back at all. I don't know what lurks in those woods. I don't want to know, but I'll tell you this. If you're ever driving down a lonely road at night and your car breaks down, don't get out. And if you hear a voice calling from the darkness, promising or asking for help, run, and don't look back. Because if you do, you might see what's really hiding behind those trees. And trust me, once you've seen it, you'll never be the same again. And so, our journey into the shadows comes to an end for now, but the stories never truly stop. They linger, waiting for the right moment to find you again. If you enjoyed tonight's tale, do remember to subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with those who dare to tread the darker paths. Until next time, keep your lights low, your blankets tight, and your mind open to the mysteries of the unknown. This has been the Black Quill. Farewell for now.